Well, yeah, it's safe Fest. So I guess today we're going to work on some rounds because that's what we said we were gonna do. So these are on our books on their website with the teams. You'll find nouns and verbs. I guess we can also work on the jack-o'-lantern thing. Although that is not a noun.
Jack-o'-lantern is not a noun.
No, that's a domain.
I see.
So I was able to upload the jack-o'-lantern onto the team's site, and here's the team site.
Look, that's the tiny one.
Adjusted to northern, right?
Yes, this has been adjusted to the northern Lachute seed. And many thanks to Cassie George for taking care of this, and then of course Eswali to that helped out with the stuff. And Suquamish language department. So in the one that we handed out last time, if you printed that out, please make sure to note that this part here is Quadada for the northern Lachute seed. Quadada would be for the southern Lachute seed. Northern Lachute seed is Quadada. And then if you can see the Tia, those are the primarily major big ones. There is another one. So if you anything that you grab or take, and then anything you describe. So Tia, you'll see that there. And then with the other one down here, the only other change that I have made, which was dwall instead of twall. Now, it's not common to make this change, but we are using dwall more than twall in this area. And if you can tell that it did not put the T on this part because it's not meant for the T. It's a teed. It's turning mine. Taking possession of the thing. That's where the my comes into place. So we had a brief discussion last time about taking possession of things where you put or how you take possession of things is you say T and then the D on thing. And if it's a person, then it's be T or C, teeds or seed, right? For then the person. It's a prefix that should be a suffix of the T argumentatively, but we say it with the item that you're taking possession of. So it's one of these weird things where it's over here, but should be over here. But it's said over here, right? But you're taking possession of the item over here. So it's just one of those weird crisscrossy pattern thingies that I don't know who made that part up, but you know, linguistics is linguistics.
What about the slow equal? It is hollow. It's not a sound, it's a L sound. That's the question.
Is that your question? Where I was still taking possession, talking about taking possession of the item here.
Well, I wanted to ask a question before I forgot it.
Okay. So the question is that the Bardell? You think it should?
Trip, dude. Camera stuff.
I'm going with what there.
That's Lowell Hegood.
It must be right.
Should be. All right.
They call me goods.
So
We're on the
sorry, we're
ball.
busy thinking about the question. S low Hegood. It is hollow. And the question that popped up is that was it supposed to be a barred L, a labulized L, or just an L? And S low Hegood. Sounds right. Again, all I did was copy and paste this thing. I did not do or tweak anything. And the only things I've done to this was the tee up, and then the twal to a dwal, and then the quadada chud, right? I said I was going to work on this last time, so it's quadada chud instead of quadada. If you want to use the northern Lachute seed, now you can use the southern Lachute seed, which would be quadada chud. Quadada chud instead of quadada chud, all right?
Yes.
And then this one would be a twal, so you just replace the T, replace the D with a T, and you get twal instead of dwal. And then you just cross out the other thing and just say T. I don't know why Northern Lachute seed, more people in the Northern Lachute seed area did say T up instead of just T, but that's what the Northerners did in the language.
These here insides.
So noun for knife is stug. Stug. Stoke. Stug. Same thing, same difference. Depends on the accent that you want to use and who taught you. This U and O will be pronounced. I go more U, but it can be an O. Stoke, Stoke. Oh, and then intonations. So in this hurry of speaking, intonations is what we do. So intonations. is what we do. Right?
Are you recording?
Yeah, it should definitely be recording. So intonations, how we ask things in the American English accent and all the variants of American English accent, we go, how are you? Right? How are you? We automatically go up in the intonation when we ask a question, right? This is for questions. Big question. Now this is the sound that we make when we do in American English. Now you got to reverse this in Lashutsi. To ask a question in Lashutsi, you start off high. Chad Quadzo, where did you go? Right? So that one is for Lashutsi. LUT is the book acronym thingy that you'll find in everywhere is LUT for Lashutsi. Eng is for English. So these are for your intonations. So when you're asking questions, this is what it kind of does. Also kind of do the same-ish philosophy for everything else. Quadada. Chatia stew, right? Try to keep that same thing. I mean, it can come up here and then eventually go down, but you kind of need to get your intonation or your voice to go further down. Then and try to swap your English part here. Now, I know this is asking a lot because, you know, most of us has been working on the language for a while, and we definitely need to start working on our intonations. When we ask the questions on where are you going, we kind of lean towards the American English side rather than trying to use the Lashutsi intonations. All right. It's a difficult thing to think about.
Oh,
Get that regular drip coffee machine going.
yeah,
Because I need coffee.
yeah, that's kind of something.
So nouns for grab or take. So this thing is grab or take, right? Yes. I even write this way when I write with a pen, so it's about the same for me. You know. So grab or take is
That looks like fake.
Yeah, that's what I was just.
this part that okay, fine. I can erase this
I
part.
have to go get
See
coffee.
there.
I mean, really, sorry. I'll be back.
Are you just going to the house?
Yeah.
Can you,
You want me to bring you back a cup?
yeah,
Okay. So if you printed out the last one, you will see the schwa here, and then the schwa here. Right, those are schwas. Close enough. And it would say quadada, right? Quadada. If you printed the last one out. So if you're looking at this one, it says quadada. And reminder, the off is optional to have on there. Quadded, quadada, quadded, quadad, quadded, quadad. They are both the same thing. The off is just to say I'm building a story, and I'll continue adding off, 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 to the story, right? So up is just something to say that you're going to continue the story along, that there's more information to follow outside of this sentence that we're doing.
Boy, that's pretty interesting. Yeah. Got thought going.
Yeah.
I'm not done yet. You don't have to see it, just it's built in the structure of the word.
Right? We all wish we had this in English. We do not have this part in English. If we had this part in English, the people that would talk and talk a lot would actually add this in their sentences, and they'll just continue talking so that eventually we know when their rant is going to be at an end. But this is where the fatal flaw in English is English. We can't tell when people are done speaking until they get done speaking, even if they do sound like they're going to be done speaking. Interesting thoughts. And then we got Chud, I, right? Tia, which would be the, they,
This year.
this. Tia, it's kind of a filler. The filler words. Or T. So T or Tia would be the filler words. So if we did a direct translation to this sentence, grab, take, continuing, I, this, knife. Okay, we can't really say that in English. It sounds weird. Grab, take, continuing. I will continue the story later. Me, this, knife, right? Doesn't sound great in English. So when we translate these things, it's I grab the knife. And there's a lot of information here, especially the off part that gets dropped that we have information to follow this story. Now, if you have any questions on this part, a lot of my information that I gathered right off from this is a dissertation grammar perspective from Dr. Zalmay Zaire, Elements of Lushootseed Grammar and Discourse Perspective. He got his doctoral degree in linguistics December 2018, and a lot of my information I gathered from this dissertation. And this is where he goes over the intonations, a lot of other stuff that happened in this, along with the O. So remember how I said in the past when they used the O was for on every line. Eventually, along his way, he found O was for important information to follow. A lot of this stuff that I'm saying comes from this dissertation. And I love to have time to go over that, but that will take up a whole semester trying to mess around with Dr. Zalmay Zaire's dissertation. All I know, Eswali is a part Sioux, part Middle Eastern man who grew up and raised in Tacoma, and he is my second language teacher, argumentatively third language teacher, because there was Grima, Norma, then him when I got introduced to him a bit ago. It's neither here nor there. I guess I was just filling some words in. So when we cut open the top, it's not just Safleach tea. What is that? What is the word that we used for the pumpkin? Pumpkin was
The
vine food. Yeah. Tok daliched. It's not just Safleach, tok daliched. Okay, so if you look at the word cut, right? Cut.
Does it help with pain?
So if you cut,
Yeah.
then your Fleach. The word is Fleach, to cut. And you'll see this
Oh, okay.
Fleach. And that's a
I have.
that's a V. So if you look at Fleach,
Oh, no, I have that. Yeah. Oh, this is like the first time I'm using something.
okay, let's see here. So Fleach can be seen in the domains, pictures, kitchen. So we're gonna go look up Stoderhooge and I'll show you Fleach. Come on, open up. Open. Open. So as it's opening, all right, so you'll look at cut. Now the word cut is somewhere. See it? Empty, wash, slice something, Fleach. There it is. Can you see this screen?
Well, yes, sir.
Awesome. So if you can see, it's like the second one from the bottom. Fleach cuts, slice
Just
something.
above peel.
Just above peel. So if you cut something, it's Fleach. And then see if I can zoom in over here. So slice something, Fleach or Fleachied. We didn't just Fleachied the pumpkin. And Fleach is the root word for cut. Right, you just cut this off and it's Fleach. Fleachied is more of, yeah, I'm slicing something. Or I'm slicing it. You can also Fleach with scissors. But there is a reason why we switched that from Fleach to operate on, right? And here's the reason. Can you guys see this picture just fine? Or did I stop screen share? I probably stopped screen share.
It stops screen sharing.
All right. So if you take a look at the Fleachied or Fleach, you cut it and it's completely cut and it's not getting back together again. We want to cut open the top of a pumpkin, but we don't want to keep the top off. Eventually, we're going to want to kind of put the top back on so that we can light jack-o'-lantern. So that means we have to have a different action form. So the only other word that we used to cut open or to cut something was to operate on. And this is where we're going to operate on something so that we're going to put it back together eventually, right? Now, it's not going to stay put together because everything, it's not a permanent thing. But this is just to indicate that it is we're not going to cut it and separate it and keep it apart. We're going to put it back together. And that's how come we're not just going to slice it or peel it or cut it. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. That's what we're gonna do, operating, not just slicing, so we gotta be cutting it off. We're operating, trying to put it back together.
Yeah. This is where we get very specific in on what our actions are doing versus English. If we're just going to cut something or slice it, we're just going to cut and slice. We're not going to operate on a thing to put it back together. And all of that information has to have a sentence that its own sentence, right?
Mhm.
This one, it's all in one sentence. We intend to cut and cut open, but we don't intend to just keep it apart. We're going to put it back together. It's the beautiful part about our language.
Very specific what
Yeah.
we're doing.
Yeah. Queech all da. Queech
Oh,
all.
Oh,
So if you look at the intonation, you instead of saying a full double A, ah, you put the L right there. Oh. Oh. Oh.
oh,
Instead of all, like that little pointy thing with little thing there that you grab and you poke leather with it.
yeah, like all,
Oh.
oh,
Oh. Oh. Oh.
oh.
Yeah.
Go high to low. Oh,
Each all need
paid,
oh, weeby.
all aid
oh, paid,
eed
deed,
ah.
Ah.
Each all aid
Katie.
oh, paid, deed out.
Oh, Katie.
In surprisingly, that is one word.
One word.
Uh-huh.
Explain the action.
Yes. It explains the operating on top of the head. All that operate
We all want those.
on top of the head.
Okay.
All aid.
Yeah.
And then as we remember, off is to continue the story,
Expect more.
expect more. And then chud is I. So there's a lot going on with this sentence. And a lot going on with one little word or one really long compounded word.
Cool.
So paid is head.
Mhm.
And then the queech, that is the operation. And then all is kind of this, and then the eed, just because it's a continuing action throughout the head. It is queech all kadida. Queech all kade ida. Chad. I keep on wanting to say the eed. 80 dog.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Easy. Oh, wait. Clay, gotcha. Operating on the head. All this came from wanting to do pumpkins. Operating on the head.
Right.
I love that.
And remember, you're just gonna want to keep saying this while you're cutting the head, operating on the head, operating on the pumpkin.
Okay, gotcha. Operating on the head.
It is the head of the pumpkin.
Yeah, I'm gonna put eyes in there and
Eyes, nose, mouth, teeth.
some have smiles.
All right.
Some
Up.
are mean and
Oh,
scary.
Chud. And again, this sentence is only 2 words long. All right, there's 1, there's 2, chud, and then open it up or flip it open. Up, otsida. Up. O. Eed. Ah.
Ah,
Up, otsida. Otsida is 1 word, but because it's a compounded word, we have that option of the off, and it could be a otsid, right? You could drop all of that off, but because we're adding and continuing,
We're not done yet.
we're not done yet.
what's the option?
We're not done opening up, operating on the that poor head we opened up. So, oh yeah, I went to a completely different thing, and I'm looking at this, and now I'm saying, oh hey, it's right here. Peach,
Peach.
peach.
Slice.
Yeah, cut, slice, peach-eed.
Peachy. Peachy dog.
Peach-eater. Peach-eater.
Peachy dog.
That is a cut. Not operating.
Cut off the pulp inside.
Chud Tia.
Or Disneyland. Yeah.
Peach eater. Chud Tia.
You can download a keyboard onto your phone. On now. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, let me look it up and then I'll email it.
Oh,
Yeah.
all e. Quads.
Woods.
Golly.
Ollie Woods.
Doug Woods.
Wally Woods.
Stud. Wally Woods.
Wally Woods. Ops. Uh-huh. That's cool.
Wally Woods.
Oh, that's cutting off the pulp and
Yeah, it's the pulp. Wally Goods. Stud Wally Goods. The stud Wally Goods.
That almost sounds like a tribe name. It's the Wally Woods.
we gotta find them people. Yeah.
Find them.
They're
There are guts.
in our stories.
They're in our stories. It's the goal.
Wally goods. Our lost peoples to Wally goods. I hear they live in the mountains, deep in the mountains. Just start making up a whole story.
Where the mountain goats are. Get the wool while you're there.
Go visit the Squally Woods and bring back a bunch of mountain goat wool, huh?
If you see-
Whatever you see first, bring it back.
Or you're gonna be like old Wally Woods over there.
He put it in the words. I'm thinking that.
That's hilarious.
All right, so we went over Quadrada and Shed and Tia with that one up above. The only difference is the slops. Slops. Kind of. You got to put the P there. Slop. Slop. Forget that. Slop. Slop. Yeah. So it is easier to remember if you put a ladle into water, you'll hear a shop. As the spoon or ladle goes into the water, you hear a shop.
Written out. Two. One is from Canada.
This is a scooper, but they say it's a ladle or a spoon. But they have it here as a scooper. I keep on one saying Zachadaf, but that's not it. Zach. I keep on wanting to say Zach. It's not Zach. So I'm putting the DZ right here instead of the S. It's not a Z. It's not Zachada. It's a Sahada. Zachada. 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 Scrape out the pulp. So Sahada. Sahada is scrape. And then we know what the Chedia and Zahaligwoods. Those Zahaligwoods over there anyway.
Those Wally Woods.
So to scoop or pull stuff out, yuck ada. Yuck ada.
Yep.
Because we're focusing on the nouns, we're not doing the whole sentence. And we already have those above there. Those ones there are a. So the yuck Ada, which would be scoop.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Solid goods.
Yeah, yeah, squally goods. Squally goods.
Slow good. Slow good. Slow good.
Slow good.
Okay, fine. Hello. Slow good.
Slowly good.
Slow good.
Slowly good. Slowly good.
So you can use this as just while you're sanding things down. Osada, right? Because that's kind of smoothing or sanding things down. But because we added the Chedtia Squally Goods. So the last one is Escape Teed Tok Dollyfid Dwal Qui Stug. Wait, Stug. Choke old. Choke.
Quote.
Quote. Who's choke old. All right, so make sure to grab your pumpkins by Monday, and I guess we'll see you Monday when we operate on a pumpkin.
Yeah. And don't forget the squally goods.
Yeah.
And especially don't forget the goat wool, okay?
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go out and look for squally goods here in just a little bit. I'm gonna find them.